Begin seated in hero's pose, pressing the hips together and seated upright, extending the spine. Close your breath and breathe out through the mouth, making a loud sound of ha. Then begin deep breathing through both nostrils, filling into the lungs as you expand the belly and the sides of the abdomen. Stay connected to your breathing for 6 to 8 breaths, going slow and in control. Moving from the connection of the breath and awareness of the body, release from hero's pose. Inhale, place the hands in front of you, extending the torso and lifting the hips. Exhale, lift the knees off the floor and bring foot on the floor, balancing on the toes and the balls of the foot. On the inhale, push the hips up, move the shoulders in front to come just above the wrists as you extend the arms. Exhale, press the palms and toes and come to balance in plank pose. And keep breathing, staying here for about 6 breaths. From plank pose, exhale, press the palm and raise the hips up and come to downward facing dog. Breathing and staying here for about 6 breaths, pressing the palms down and raising the hips up as you bring the feet firmly on the ground. From downward dog, exhale to bring the knees and shins on the floor, pressing the chest against the thighs and rest the forehead on the ground. Breathing to stay in child's pose, softening the breath, staying for about 6 breaths. From child's pose, take an inhale, looking up, lifting your head up, bringing your hands, stretching them, and placing the palms on the floor in front of you. Exhale, raise the hips up, push the palms, come on the feet, and coming back into down dog. Pull in the belly to feel the tensions and the stretch at the base of the spine as you raise the hips up. Entering the earth element, from down dog, release to come to stand into mountain pose. Standing straight, press all 10 toes toward the ground along with the heels, balls of the foot, while you focus on keeping the back straight and extended. From mountain pose, exhale to come to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the head up and come to support the shoulders on your elbows in dolphin pose. Exhale, bring the hips down and stretch the torso to extend the spine forward, coming into forearm plank pose. From dolphin pose, exhale to come to downward dog. As you push the hips higher and come to support the body on the palms, entering the water element. And breathe. From downward dog, inhale, look up and move the torso towards the ground. Exhale, come to sit on your knees and shins to relax and bring the face to rest on the floor in front of you. Breathing to stay in child's pose for about 6 breaths. From child's pose, lift the knees and chest and come to downward dog. Push the hands and feet firmly towards the ground and exhale completely. From downward dog, exhale and jump to sit in staff pose, extending the spine and legs upwards and forwards. While you are here, make sure you're seated on the sit bones, engaging the belly, keeping the shoulders, chest, chin, and hips in alignment. From staff pose, inhale, lean back and raise your hands off the floor. Exhale, engage the belly and lift the legs up. Inhale and exhale to come to sit in boat pose. Make sure you are seated on the sit bones. Stretch the legs out, engaging the quadriceps, pelvic floor, and psoas, as they are all involved to keep the last 3 chakras alive and stimulated. From boat pose, release and come to sit in staff pose. Inhale to come to sit in lotus pose, crossing the legs and placing the ankles over each other. On the inhale, bring the hands to the floor beside you. With the exhale, stretch the spine upwards, engaging the core and the abdomen. Inhale, push the palms toward the ground and lift hips off the floor, raising the body up in balance. Exhaling completely to stay in scale pose. Balance the body as you gaze forward, breathing soft and slow. From scale pose, inhale, release the legs while balancing in the air. Exhale, bring the knees together, taking the legs behind. Balancing in pendant pose. Inhale and exhale to stay in this pose for 6 breaths. While here, look ahead, pull the belly in, squeeze the thighs together, push the elbows towards the knees, lift high, and breathe slow and deep. Exhale, throw the legs behind and bring the feet to the ground. Inhale, extend the arms and place the soles of the feet on the ground. Exhale, coming into down dog. Inhale and exhale for 6 breaths. Relax the hips, shoulders, and arms. Now entering the fire element, inhale, lift the hips up and bend the legs. Exhale, bring the legs back, resting the knees at the elbows and press the palms, extending the arms. Stretch and lift the hips to come to crane pose. And breathe. Remain in balance by engaging the belly, glutes, shoulders, and hips. From crane pose, exhale, come to sit in seated forward bend. Stay pushing the torso towards the legs and thighs, pushing the belly in and pressing the hips forward. Returning to seated, inhale and bring the hands to rest behind you. Exhale, take the neck back in a gentle back bend. Inhale, spread your legs to come into seated straddle pose, keeping the entire body soft and stretching the legs out as wide as you can on the hip bones, and breathe. From seated straddle pose, inhale, turn the torso towards the left and bend to hold the left foot. On the exhale, press the body down, holding the left foot and bringing the chin towards the left knee. Inhale, twist the shoulders and move the torso inwards and gaze up. Exhale, come in a full twist and revolve seated angle pose. And released, turning to seated and going on the other side. On the inhale, turn the torso towards the right and grabbing the right foot. Exhale, press the body down, holding the right foot, bringing the chin towards the right knee. On the inhale, twist the shoulders and the torso inwards and gaze up. Exhale, coming into full twist. Now rise and return to seated. Exhale, bring the legs to bend and place the soles of the feet together, pressing them against each other. And exhale to sit in bound angle pose. From bound angle on the exhale, lie down on your back, keeping the soles of the feet firmly together, resting the arms to the side, and breathe. Releasing your legs, bringing them together. Release the arms and bring them to the side. And on the exhale, take the hips towards the right. And twist. As we've entered the ether element, come to center, take the hips towards the left, dropping the knees, holding for about 6 breaths. Bringing your legs back to the center. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides of you. Inhale, press the feet firmly towards the ground and lift the hips up. Exhale, lock the chin, lifting the chest and some parts of the shoulders. Inhale and exhale to come to bridge pose. Slowly coming down, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your body into Savasana with legs parallel. Inhale and raise the legs up towards the sky, waterfall pose. For one last bit of effort, scissor kick your legs to the count of 10 down to the floor. Congratulations, you have made it to Savasana. Start to bring movement into your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, turning to your favorite side to come up to seated. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.